Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Now we are going to study the third chapter of class 9 history. The name of the chapter is Nazism and the Rise of Hitler. In this chapter we are going to read what were the main reasons why Hitler came to power and also how Hitler changed the whole scenario of Europe and how Hitler rose to power mainly. So let us read about Hitler and try to understand how did the idea of Nazism spread. So here it is said in the beginning of the lesson in the spring season of 1945. The year is 1945. Here we come to know what happened later on. Then we'll go for a flashback because a certain incident is given in the year 1945. As you remember, by the year 1945 the Second World War had already ended. A little 11-year-old German boy called Helmut was lying in bed when he overheard his parents discussing something in serious tones. They were arguing something, they were talking about something in a very serious manner. So, his father was a prominent physician, like a doctor, and he deliberated with his wife. He was talking with his wife whether the time had come to kill the entire family or if he should commit suicide alone. So it was a very serious topic. Why? Because a person doesn't think of committing suicide or dying or killing someone until and unless there is no option left. So his father, who was a doctor, spoke about his fear of revenge because he said that now the Allies will do to us what we did to the crippled and the Jews. Crippled here means the people, those who are handicapped, and Jews are the religious groups of the Jewish religion. So here we come to know the word Allies. Here Allies means in the First World War, the Second World War, that in the Second World War mainly the groups were, the countries were divided into two groups. The Allies were UK, France, USA and USSR, that is Russia as we know presently, and some states. And Axis powers were Germany, and here spelling it Germany, and Japan and Italy were on one side. So Axis powers versus the Allies, that is they fought against each other. So this is what happened at that time. As you can see, Germany was in the Axis power and the Allies were the other countries. Now that the Allies had won the Second World War, the Allies will do to us what we did to the crippled and the Jews. So earlier, even Helmut's father also had been a part of a very torturous what you can say behavior, and they also did many wrong things to the other people. So the next day he took Helmut to the woods, and where they spent their last happy time together singing old children's songs, and they spent a good time, father and son. And later on when he came back, Helmut's father shot himself. He committed suicide in his office. And Helmut remembers that he saw his father's bloody uniform covered with blood everywhere being burnt in the family fireplace. And this is what was the condition at the time. And what we know is that there was a very intense and bad situation in this life, in life of Helmut. So here we can see that even the uniform also was not like kept, and it was burned so that no evidence is left. And so traumatized and so much tortured was he, that is Helmut, by what he had overheard and what had happened with him in his life, that he reacted by refusing to eat at home for the following 9 years. So when he was at home and his mother gave him food and he refused to eat because he had overheard that he was afraid that his mother might poison him, as he thought that he would also be killed by his mother. So although Helmut may not have realized all that what it meant, his father had been a Nazi and a supporter of Adolf Hitler. So here we come to know the idea of Nazism and who was Adolf Hitler. So now we'll try to unfold and try to understand that who was Adolf Hitler. Many of you will know something about the Nazis or Hitler. Most of you have seen the picture of Hitler at least once in your life. And you probably know also of Hitler's determination to make Germany into a mighty power and his ambition of conquering all of Europe. So his ambition, as you can see the picture on the right hand side here, you can see the middle person with this hat in his hand, and in the middle, so he was Hitler. So his ambition was that I should make Germany into a mighty superpower, and we must conquer, the Germans must conquer most of the European states and continent, take a full strong power over the continent of Europe. You may have heard that how he had killed Jews, but Nazism was not one or two isolated or separated acts or action. It was a system, it was a procedure, a structure of ideas about the world and politics. It was a kind of political, also a kind of systematic method of how to bring the country, how to bring the people under his control. So let us try and understand what Nazism was all about. Let us see why Helmut's father killed himself and what is the basis of his fear. What was the basis of his fear and what happened? Why had such kind of situations occurred in Germany at that time? So let us now see, this is was we just got the introduction about Helmut. So Helmut is not very important part of the chapter, but we came to know about the situation through the story of Helmut and their father, his father, how he also was a part of the Nazism. So now we are going to concentrate on the idea of Nazism. In May 1945, Germany at the end of the war, Second World War, surrendered to the Allies. Anticipating that what was coming, Hitler and his propaganda minister, that is who used to give the statements in the press and the public, his name was Goebbels, and his entire family committed suicide collectively in his Berlin bunker. Berlin is the name of the place. Bunker is the hidden underground chamber where the people take refuge or shelter when there is a danger by attack by another country's soldiers. So here we come to know that even Hitler also was quite disappointed, and he had no other way, and he and his wife and his family, entire family, and his minister collectively committed suicide in April. At the end of the war, an international military tribunal at Nuremberg, name of a place, was set up to prosecute the Nazi war criminals, to punish them for the war crimes, for the crime against peace, and for war crimes what they had done wrong, and crimes against humanity also, the people, those who had done wrong for the whole humankind. So this is what happened at the end of the Second World War. By the time Hitler was already dead, Germany's conduct during the war, especially about these actions, which you will read in the next page. So here it is said that the crimes of humanity was such kind of thing that all the humans, it doesn't matter that whether they are from this country or that country, but all were subjected to torture. So here I told already about the Allies. You can read again. The question may come for 1 mark. The Allied powers were initially led by the UK, that is United Kingdom, Britain, England, and France mainly. In 1941, they were joined by USSR, that is Russia, and USA, that is America, and they fought against the Axis power. In Axis power, Germany and Italy and Japan, these three countries were there. So these three countries were on the one side, and the other side, the other four countries were there. So as I was telling you, Germany's conduct during the war, especially those actions which came to be called like crimes against humanity, raised serious moral and ethical questions and invited worldwide condemnation. So why there was a worldwide condemnation and criticism, and why people said that these all things were completely wrong? Because these acts were some like of them which cannot be described in words. What were these acts? Why these acts were considered to be so ruthless and so cruel? So we'll come to know what was the process of killing people, of the suffering of the people during the time of the Nazism. So, under the shadow of the Second World War, like when the shadow means here, when the Second World War was going on, Germany had waged a genocidal war. The meaning of the word genocidal is given in the box. Killing on large scale leading to destruction of large sections of people. Means so many people are killed at one time only, it is called your genocidal. So here we come to know this genocidal war had resulted in the mass murder of the selected groups of the innocent civilians of the Europe. So of the European continent. So here we come to know that when Germany had waged a genocidal war when the Second World War was going on, so many innocent people, now those who had done crimes or those who were part of the army, they might have been killed because it was a war going on, but many innocent people also had to die during this time. And the number of the people killed included 6 million Jews, like 60 lakh, you can say, Jews were killed. Jews were the people who were not Christians. They belong to the Jewish religion. And the people, those who followed Christianity, were liked by Hitler and Nazis, but the people, those who were following Jewish religion, were hated by Nazis and Hitler. And around 2 lakh gypsies were also like killed. Gypsies are the people who don't have like homes and all, and they are like nomadic tribe and move from one place to another, and they normally are not Christians. So 1 million Polish civilians, also the people belonging to the Poland, and 70,000 Germans also. Even the Nazis did not spare their own countrymen, the Germans, who were considered mentally and physically disabled, those who were unable to give anything to the country, back to the country, those who are physically weak, those who are mentally not proper, they also are considered not at all important for the Nazis. And that is why, besides innumerable political opponents, so many political opponents and party members were there who disliked the Nazis, they were also executed and they were also killed by the Nazis. Nazis devised an unprecedented means of killing people, that is by gassing them, by putting them in the gas centers, in the various killing centers like Auschwitz, that is the name of a gas center where so many people were killed, a place. And the Nuremberg tribunal, when it passed its verdict at that time, it could sentence only 11 people leading Nazis to death. Only 11 leading Nazi leaders or officers were there who were punished to death. And why very less number of people were there? Because many others were imprisoned for life, many others were given punishment that they would be in jail for their whole life. And this, many of them committed suicide also beforehand, like we know about Hitler and some other ministers and some other officers who could not face this kind of tribunal, could not face this kind of situation. The retribution did come, the change did come, yet the punishment of the Nazis was far short of the brutality and extent of their crime. Of course, they were punished, but what kind of punishment they should have got, it is not at all justifiable. It was far short that whatever brutal or cruel attitude or whatever cruel behavior, how they killed the people, these crimes cannot, the punishment of these crimes cannot be compared with whatever punishment they had got from the Nuremberg tribunal. The Allies did not want to be as harsh, and the Allies also did not want to be too much strict on the defeated Germany, because defeated Germany was already devastated, already destroyed, as they had been after the First World War. Earlier also, in the First World War, Germany had been defeated. Now again, in the Second World War also, Germany had been defeated. So it was a very bad time for Germany, and they did not want to be too much harsh or strict on them. That is why everyone came to feel that the rise of the Nazi Germany could be partly traced back to the German experience at the end of the First World War. So now we have to go back and find out that how this Nazism spread, how was the German experience, and it was the end of the First World War, and what was this experience, we'll come to know about that. So let us go to the next page, and in the next page our first topic will be, this was the introduction, and now we are going to begin the first topic, and the first point unit is birth of the Weimar Republic. So here we are going to read how the Weimar Republic was established and how the people came to be associated with the German Empire, that is Nazism. So this is what we come to know, and we are going to make more videos on this topic. We'll put them up in the playlist, and the earlier lessons are also there. So read again. Thank you. Bye.